Alright. So, we got... Okay. So, hey! My name is BeeKayy. If you're not subscribed to the channel, check me out, watch this video. And if it works for you, and if you like me and my vibe, my energy, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button for the video, and also hit the bell so that you can be notified when I'm making videos. So today, let me speak up because my last couple of videos, I'm noticing that the audio is kind of like off. Let me turn this down. I'm listening to music. I'm doing also some channeled messages from the music. Okay, so today's video is an energy update. So basically, just talking about a little of what's going on in the air, and then I've been trying something new lately. Writing meditation, where in a meditative state, I just write whatever comes to mind. And I'm finding out that these are downloads that actually mean something. So I meant to do a video on the 8th, which was Saturday. And that was the day before the start of the full moon. But we're gonna talk about, so we'll start with what I'm feeling intuitively. So, first off, hey, thank you, and thank you for being a part of the experience, my life, my journey in this channel. Always lovely to have you, always appreciate it, and I thank you. So, there's been a lot of weird energy in the air lately. I actually, wasn't able to post because I was going through things in my own specific universe. There's a lot happening in BeeKayy's world, and we're just kind of getting to the ends of those energies. So here I am, once again, putting things together this week. So let's see, we're in Libra season. I feel like I wrote down this too. So we're in Libra season. Yes, this is the very middle, closer towards the end of Libra season, but it's Libra season. Meaning, it's a very mental, in need of balance, very important to be politically correct type of time. And we're also going through a full moon right now for the next couple of days. So that's the energy of the opposite. So this is one of those interesting full moons where the sun sign is the sign that is the scales of balance, which is two different sides, almost like Gemini. And then Aries is the singular, solo dolo, out here type of sign. And with it being a full moon, Libra kind of already has the energy and the skills and the, it's that just way of life where they already have room for this Aries full moon. So now you have very intense energy of Libra during the day, and then very intense energy of Aries at night, and it is wonderful. It's interesting. It's a little chaotic, and if you don't know how to remain centered, stable, grounded, calm, and balanced, this would be one of those times where you might do some things where in Scorpio season you'll be like, dang, I kind of hurt myself doing that. So really consider your actions and the consequences of those actions before you take certain actions, because this is a time where either you're doing what somebody else wants or you following your first impulse, and just keep you in mind, Okay. We're passing all of the retrogrades, almost. Pluto, I believe, is still in retrograde, but then Saturn, no, Pluto is stationed direct. That's important and great. That means that we are about to start moving forward out of the dark sides of hell and get back to, I wanted to say a more shallow type of but a more easygoing, a less traumatic, deep, intense, painful, like I have to change and do something different every time I hit the same experience, situation, person, or energy. And coming back to a time where, or coming into a time where, like, you know, communication is better. That's Mercury retrograde being over. Obstacles, blockages, you know, fears, anxieties, addictions, you know, procrastination, and just like having to run around with like establishments and institutions. That's on its way out. That's the Saturn retrograde being over. And then we have the Pluto retrograde being over, where Pluto is represented by the planets, by the signs Aries and Scorpio. One is the male and one is the female energies. And they're both energies of like, I just see fire, but the energies of aggression, of passion, of anger and like devotion, of like drivenness, of like conflict and war, and winning battles and being a warrior of some type. Like Aries is the action warrior, and Scorpio is like the intuition warrior. Like Aries is combative and has conflicts because they're the energy of war outside the self. And then Scorpio is very intense and deep and, you know, can be explosive and vindictive and, you know, scary, because Scorpio represents that same energy of war, of death and survival and intensity and fire and passion and all those things within the self, the things that you battle, you know, on your own, and the things that, you know, that come into you that you have to deal with that are basically like nobody else's problem, but it's a problem nonetheless. Like Aries' problems are everybody's problems. Scorpio's problem, but usually she'll never know about. But same energy. So, but we're coming into a time where like we're more so balanced in on the other sides of those things, which would be Taurus and Aries, and Taurus and Libra. And those are both represented by the planet of Venus, which is also hot and fiery and spicy and aggressive sometimes. But that's more so the energy of, you know, love, passion, values, desires, you know, the sensory desires, the Scorpio's desires, but more so like tangible, physical, like pleasures. And like, you know, that's not, I'm your Venus, I'm your fire, your desire. It's an energy more so of like feeling good, wanting to feel good and not letting anybody else stop you from feeling good. And you know, I kind of interpret that as like, you know, healing, you know, ascending, you know, spiritually and coming to a higher vibration, and, you know, coming to a space of stability and groundedness within and without, because Taurus is stability on the outside, Libra is inner balance on the inside, and it's not allowing outside things to interrupt and disrupt your inner world. The two are more so coming back into balance, which means a lot of manifestations are going to be coming into place. A lot of things are aligning. I just seen 111, and this is a time where spirit is heavy in the earth realm. Like, you know, Scorpio, the end of October and the beginning of November, Scorpio season is the time of the year on earth when the veil between this side and that side and all the other sides, the up and the down and all around, those things are like so much more here and present, able to interact with our world and you know, be a part of our experience. We notice a lot more things and a lot more crazy things happen and time plays out. This is really a time where like everybody's spirit teams are here, like walking amongst us, And it's a time where it's very hard to cause deception and illusion and any type of like fake things, because the spirit is here to make everything real immediately. So, and everything is energy, and it all starts in the spirit. So at this point, everything that shows up either is or it ain't, and it just is what it is, and that's just, you know, what it is. Anything else? Let's see what's up here. Anything else? So, 1131. So I'm hearing like spiritual lessons, because 11 is the doors to intuition, and the 30s, that's like really like cooperation with spirit, like the child energy, the movement energy, communication, third house, you know, siblings, travel, communication. And there are a lot of lessons to be learned or experiences to be had dealing with those things. Oh, we have to. Excuse me, I have to be very aware of what I'm saying, because profanity and expletives are not okay. On the YouTube, 1, 2, 3, 4. Confirmation. I have to censor myself, not censor, but just edit some things as I'm speaking. Alright, so we're getting into the downloads, and so I have downloads, I have lots of downloads, starting from, I don't think, not too many, a lot though. I have downloads starting from Saturday, which was the precursor to the full moon, so let's just go through them, and I don't know who I'm talking to for each of these messages, because they're channel messages. It could be for me, it could be for you, it could be for somebody that either of us know. It could, you know, and this is timeless, so it could be for somebody in the future. It's currently 10:22 when I'm recording this right now, right? So, the full moon in Aries, I'm calling that, I think I spoke on that, like the dark side of Libra. And that's explosive realization, is kind of how I took that, like, epiphanies, like stuff being revealed very quickly and really loudly. And just like so many crazy things happening all at once. So I wrote with that. Don't let shock and surprise knock you off kilter, like take you off your square. Because there's lots of tower moments that are going on right now. We're in the sign of Libra, which is, it has different card interpretation. Every sign has different card interpretations in the tarot, but I saw two different cards when thinking about Libra, and that was the Hangman, which sometimes represents, well, traditionally represents Pisces, but me as a reader, I kind of take that as Libra, because the Hangman represents procrastination, you know, deliberating on that, like really thinking about an idea, and like I'm not being able to make a choice, you know, losing things, or just being in a state of like up in the airness, like I'm not here, I'm not there, I'm a little everywhere, I'm nowhere. And then for the High Priestess, so the High Priestess also represents Libra and Pisces to me, I believe it. But the Hangman is the shadow side, the dark side, the negative connotation of the sign of Libra, whereas the High Priestess, somebody who's made her mind up, has her intuition on point, because she can make things happen on her own, is like the exaltation, or like the best, you know, the good, the best attributes, the lighter side, the bright side of Libra. Outdoors, nature, physical activities, very important for like grounding, meditation, just for health and wealth, you know, prosperity, you know, and to see different things. You never know what you might see when you're out there so much. So travel and movement, again, that's Gemini, Virgo, Libra, and with the full moon in Aries, that's, you know, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like I said, we came out of a lot of retrogrades recently, so I don't know if you feel it, but I feel it. Like, there's so many different energies. that are now like available, coming towards us, coming at us, and just like in the air, like, but it's a forward moving, like progressing energy. Like things are pushing forward now. Authenticity and confidence are crucial. That's, oh yeah, because it's Libra season. So, like, again, like, the dark side of Libra is, like, I really say that Libra is the codependent sign, but not being able to make choices, not being able to be alone, not being able to, like, having low self-confidence and low self-esteem in a way where, just the way I look at it, like, the constant need for approval and assurance from other people just to have a sense of self. Like, so stepping out of that and into the high priestess is like, I know who I am, and what I can do. I know what I should do and shouldn't do. And at the end of the day, if I need to make a decision, it's already made because I'm connected to source, to spirit, to my ancestors and my whole team. And anything that I need is already provided. Anything needing to be done is already did. And all I have to do is continue to be me, love myself, love the Lord, and shine in self-confidence, standing in my power. You know, I'm not stepping on nobody else's toes, but just being who I am and being grateful and appreciative and content at the point that I'm at, you know? So don't be fooled by charming, attractive, ooh, I got a lot of words for this one. So, because Libra is the charmer, the cute one, the politically, like the tactful one, the one that I call Libra the Gemini the most fake, because they're friends with everybody, but they're not friends with nobody. And they always see the other side, which means they're never really like on the side. They're the on the fence sign. But they're also signs. Well, I'm not even gonna say that because any sign can do that. But it's a lot of people who I find that like use those type of characteristics and attributes, like whether you're a Libra, a Gemini, a Virgo, a Taurus or not. But I've noticed that a lot of people use these talents and skills not for the greatest of intentions, motivations, and uses. So don't be fooled by charming, attractive, you know, good talking boosters, fronters, posers, pretenders, scammers, frauds, and impersonators, doppelgangers, anybody's trying to steal your shine or take from you in a way where like they couldn't just be upfront about the shit. They have to scam and scheme. Ooh, I'm sorry. How about the stuff? YouTube? I'm trying. Someone is studying you. Someone who loves you but hates you, is inspired by and like and admires you. This is a weird energy. I've been feeling this for a long time. Like, why do I feel like somebody's watching me? Can't get no privacy, no. Like, and it could be gang stalking. It could be a friend, family, ex. It could be somebody who wants to approach you. Somebody who somebody is watching somebody. For what reason? Lots of reasons. So it could be multiple people. But just be wary of that. But at the same time, there's nothing to worry about, because if it was all that, you would have known, because it would have shown itself to you. You know, energy is becoming real at this time. So it can't be that much of it. But I feel it, so I said it. Experiencing ascension or regression symptoms. That means like as a spiritual, as an energetic being, as a God, as a divine, as a as a being of here, and with the times changing and with us all learning and growing, a lot of times throughout your life you'll experience like these weird shifts, changes in your energy, changes in your environment, changes inside your body. And those are regression or ascension symptoms. Regression is falling down the ladder and spiraling down. And ascension, of course, is enlightenment, is growing, is elevating, graduating, and, being promoted to the next level of spirituality. But within that, you have access to more or less energies, and your body changes accordingly. So, drink lots of water, take care of yourself, you know, just be okay with being not okay for the moment, or be okay with being okay. But just breathing deep is what I just heard. Connect with your higher ups and put out to the universe what you want to manifest and attract, genuinely and authentically, and in the right ways, because there's lots of ways to attract and manifest, but they are all not great for you. And some of them, like, okay, I'm gonna just say this, because everything is parallel. Even in the magic world, the spiritual world, the magical creatures world, and other dimensions, using these things, these energies, these tools, these resources, has its pros and its cons, its choices and consequences, and at the same time, everything has a cost. So, certain things, it's a million ways to skin a cat. And you can get the same result by following lots of different routes. But some routes are harder or longer or will end up costing more in the long run than others. So it's all about, discernment, conscientiousness, being conscious of your decisions and choices. And also just, considering how much this thing that you actually want, and how much you're willing to sacrifice for that. Some sacrifices aren't worth making. And so, yeah. So those were the downloads that I had on Saturday. And I actually plan on doing an astrology video update, because there's a lot of things going on. And I touch on them, but I haven't done an astrology breakdown in minutes. So I plan on doing that today. I just got to do a little more research. Anyway. And so today, though, I was doing another meditation, and here's some more downloads. So today's 10/10, which in the tarot represents new starts, cycles ending, things being over and getting ready to start anew. And that means that a lot of things are coming into or falling out of your life. And everything is what is this word I'm looking for? I keep doing it. It's like right here. Everything is causality, is cause and effect. So everything that's coming in and everything that's falling out is due to a cause, and this is the effect, and will have an effect moving forward. So I got some numbers, 10, 20, 22, 21, 11, 12, 1, and 2 are all, could be significant. And those all, in a way, represent building something, moving something, the being of something, and the building of something. And in this time of Libra going into Scorpio, with this full moon and all these retrogrades ending, this is really a time of, healing relationships, of healing within the self, and establishing or creating, or building up and strengthening, the relationship that you have with your spirituality and, higher ups in your team and your source. And so gang stalking, y'all, okay, so gang stalking. Let's talk about it real quick and just what it is, because it's a term that we hear a lot, but a lot of people might not hear it. So if you don't know, gang stalking is just when a group of people, they could be all in the same group, they could be all separate, they could be just, it's a group of at least 3 or more people that are all watching you for whatever reason. And that's probably why I got the download on Saturday. There's a lot of people. So gang stalking usually is say you have a group of friends, right, you in your circle, and you go into hermit mode, you fall off the map, you're not talking to nobody, you're going through whatever you're going through, and whatever. gang stalking will be your circle all, working together to keep tabs on you to find out where you at and, things of that nature. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's people working against you. Like you may have one enemy who have recruited a whole bunch of other people to be on their side, and now they're following you from place to place and watching you and reporting your activities, like coming to possibly befriend you and taking information that you provide back to the source of whoever is against you originally. It could be like if you are working in a certain field, it could be other people who you don't work with but also work in that same field looking at you as competition. And they don't have to be, they're connected in just the way that y'all are all in the same industry, but these people don't have to know each other or communicate with each other. It's just a whole bunch of different people watching you. So the download that I got was gang stalking sometimes is a form of protection. I've been gang stalked before. I would know it's happening. Nobody would ever approach me. But eventually I realized, you know what? If so many people are watching me, that means that they know who I am. They're looking out for me. They know my energy. And if something was to happen to me, immediately somebody would know. Like, it wouldn't be too long or too hard to find me because somebody is already, keeping up with that. And then with technology nowadays, everybody could be considered being gang stalked. We got location on our phone. We have our social media, which checks into location, like cameras everywhere, So, but it's usually like specific people. And with that being said, like, anything that you've been going through, if it's a result of gang stalking, or just period, because this is just the energy in the air, karma and dharma touches everything. Karma is consequences, like, I just had a whooping, but that's not what I want to say. Consequences, bad things happening, getting your just gots, getting back what you, put out there, and like, you did something to somebody you knew you shouldn't have did, or you done something, period, that you shouldn't have done, you said something, you broke somebody's heart, or, you just didn't go about things the right way. Karma is that same exact experience, thing, or whatever, coming right back at you to remind you that this is not something you're supposed to do. Dharma, on the other hand, is like blessings and, gifts. Like, you've been putting out good energy, you help people, you don't step on toes, you mind your own business, and you have good intentions on the things that you do. That same energy is coming back at you. It touches everything. It touches us, it touches places, even, shit like, stuff. The shark, even rocks, experience karma and dharma. Like, and usually that's an energy that's just, instilled in them or bestowed upon them by something like, anyway. But rocks either become sand or dust or crystals and diamonds. So, like, it's like an energy of, are you going to crumble, or are you going to really come together and do that? I have seen some tarot cards. I saw the Justice card, the Hermit card, the Tower, and the Temperance, and I really feel like that was like an association with the seasons, the weather, this time of year, because Justice is Libra, so it really should be Hermit, Justice, Tower, Temperance, because Hermit is Virgo, Justice is Libra, Tower is Scorpio, and Temperance is Sagittarius, right? So I guess these were important because these all kind of have to do with the planetary stuff that was going on, but it was an energy of going within to balance some things out so that when the crap hits the crapper, like, you can still move forward, you're still blessed and protected, highly favored, and the archangels are working around you. And it's like a very divine timing type of thing. With the things going on, like currently right this moment, like with the moon, the sun, and Mercury, Venus, and some other stuff, and with Pluto being direct, I feel like that's the most, like, Pluto is a very intense energy, so it's a driving force. It kind of puts fire behind everything, because it's like that reality epiphany of, there is a hell, and I can end up there, and it's not gonna feel good. If I just made it out, I'm not going back. Like being free from incarceration type thing, right? But with all of that, attracting desires, I have a lot of these. Oh shit. So let's hurry up. Attracting desires into manifestation, and that's the energy of those cards, and it also is an energy of Libra, Aries, Scorpio, and Taurus, and that's like really, spirit and the other realms, like really just being really close to right here, right now. For meditation, this would be good. Meditations to let go of anger, pettiness, immaturity, and spitefulness, because we're in that season of, like, I can be cool with you, but we can get crazy, and Scorpio, which is like, I might be mad, but I'm not gonna show you, but I'm gonna show you. And energy never lies, so everything is showing up exactly how it is if you pay attention. But if you have the eyes to see, you'll see, you might end up seeing some things you didn't plan on. 3344, 3244. Ooh, yeah, you might see a lot of things outside of yourself and within other people that is not what is being displayed physically in 3D, but you see what it is. Your spirit team is protecting you, creating shifts. I feel like that was a nice way of saying delivering karma, and opening up situations and opportunities. So that's more so on the Dharma side. Like, if you're getting great things and positive opportunities and having good days and nothing is bothering you right now, it's probably the archangels and your ancestors protecting you. But at the same time, they're protecting you because you've been doing right things. And if anybody has wronged you, or situations have been unfair, unjust, or imbalanced, they're making those things right. I feel like that's the Christmas gift before Sagittarius season, Capricorn season, really. But another meditation and a conscious, just something to keep in the back of the mind, I guess, for the next couple of weeks, is to make choices and follow actions that help you to heal internally. And that also means protecting your energy externally, not letting certain things into your atmosphere, not being bothered by certain things, and not indulging or involving yourself in certain things. So for me, that means I am consciously, trying to be aware more so of my addictive tendencies. I'm a Capricorn sun, Scorpio moon, with a Pisces rising. So all of that all together can allude to addictive personalities, addictive tendencies, or habits. And so that's just something that I'm being consciously aware of, to more so, release from myself and release myself from, so that I have better with everything, everything is everything, and it's all right. We talked about the veil being thin, magic, because of the veil being thin. Magic and spirituality, psychic abilities, voodoo, and all the other stuff is a little more active and a little more effective at this time. So be careful with that. Beware of dark practitioners and people sending you things. Always do your return to senders, your prayers up, and your affirmations to self. So beware of entity attachments and psychic attacks. So yeah, do all the return to senders, do your cleanses, your detoxes, and everything. The planets of Jupiter, Pluto, Mars, and Venus are very strong energies in the air right now. So that would be like Sagittarius, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Taurus, and Libra, and I think we talked about all of those. And also the Black Moon Lilith. So if you know your placements, or you have those in your Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, or North Node, yeah, those are, you probably are picking up on some energies or going through some types of things. Because we're coming out of the Saturn retrograde, and if you're around my age, anywhere from like 25 to 29, you might be going through the beginning of your Saturn return, which is a very interesting time. I'll have another update on that in a couple videos. I started talking about Saturn returns earlier, and that's just the time where everything in your life breaks down to be rebuilt. You know, you're becoming aware of the restrictions or obstacles and things in your life, and being forced to find new ways of being and living and growing through. And from those things, like, you have to basically, like, the world under you crumbles, so you have to create or find a whole new world that benefits and supports your better, more evolved, mature, grown self. Yeah. So a lot of chaos in the air. We're just gonna let that be that. Your spirit, fam, and soul tribe are deeply psychically and empathically connected. We can feel each other, yes, sending love, strength, and emotional support to each other. And we can feel that. I know I can feel it. And thank you to my whole team and sending it right back to y'all. Good looking. Makes me feel so good. And then using the time, like, okay, so I've been in a hermit mode for a long time now. But that just means, like, and I was going to use the word isolation, but that's not how I feel about it. I like my own time. I feel great when I'm by myself. But using time in solitude for self-love, healing, and connection, you know, with spirit source, God source, Lord, universe, spirit, whatever you subscribe to, and your whole team. There's always somebody to talk to, but use discernment on who and when you're talking to these people and what you share. Because again, gang stalking, you might never know who's reporting what to whom. Maybe I'm just kidding. That's a special one thing. We already talked about karma and all that, the dark stuff. You know, anybody sending ill intentions, doing deeds, I don't know why I say deeds, but doing anything towards you, you know, casting spells and black magic, curses, or anything like that, sending evil eye or murderous intent, or just trying to set you up in any way. All of that is being returned to sender. And if you haven't done your return to sender, praise to the Most High, return to sender all things not of the Most High, not benefiting for this time and this now, for me and this collective. And I thank you. You are wonderful. Thank you. Yeah. Alright, got a couple more. I want to do this thing. Oh damn, like a 40 minutes. Okay. But so I don't know why I heard this. Right before I started the video. Well, not right before, because I got a lot more downloads. But I just got this random download. I heard it in my head from this Marvel movie. I heard, "You flick too hard, damn it." And then I heard the song by Ella May. Too much sauce. Too much sauce. So this is the energy of, like, really monitoring and, like, metering, like, knowing how much strength and power and intensity and energy to put into something. Not too much, not too little. Because I'm feeling like somebody has big vibes, and it doesn't take much for things to happen around them with the energy they have. So it's really what, you know, when you focus on something, you know, be careful how much energy you put into it, because we're in a time where desire and affection can turn into stalking and obsession real quick, and so just be careful. Lightning Tower, Epiphany, Enlightenment. So that's the Tower card, that's the Death card, Scorpio season. So again, I feel like with the Pluto thing going on, Scorpio energy is real, like, heavy. And because of that and all the things we're going through, people with natural abilities, powers, gifts, you know, superpowers and things of that nature, part of the Ascension process is that those things are getting stronger, more intense, or are manifesting at this time. You might be going through a Kundalini awakening or rising, a spiritual awakening, upgrade, any type of ascension, or an evolution within your DNA. Health, using, okay, so this is something that's cool. I don't know why I heard this. Well, I know why I heard this, but I'm here. But using health as a tool for manifestation, because health is wealth, and you can only have as much as you can handle, and the body can only handle so much. But if you are in a state of healing, then it's easier to bring in loving and healing energies, and to use those healing energies that you have to help heal those things around you. And by doing so, it's creating better vibes and making it easier for your manifestations to get to you. You know? All energies are connected, yes. Like, you know, the trees, God, you know, even the demonic things, the telepathic sources, you know, angels, everything is connected. Everything is energy. Light, magic, sound, heat, all that. It's energy. Money, you know, and, you know, sex, you know, all the things, everything is an energy. And all energies are connected. And so when you tap into certain energies or use certain energies or are calling on certain energies, sometimes, all the time, and more often than not, it will affect the energy of your temple, your body, your castle, your flesh pocket. And so I heard this, using magic, you know, like regular magic spells, witchcraft, sorcery, those things. Magic taxes the body. Divinity, you know, that's God-ordained gifts and, you know, like the clairs and things of that nature. Things that are gifted to you that you don't, you know, that are like natural abilities and stuff. And calling upon, you know, your higher-ups in the most positive ways, that energizes the spirit, which in turn boosts every part of the body. You know, dark arts, you know, certain hoodoos, all the voodoos, anything that, you know, really involves sacrifice or calling on the devil, or, you know, just all those, like the blood magic, I just wrote down dark arts. So, anything that's not of the Most High and you know, not something that's like earth magic, will destroy your soul, corrupt you, you know, open you up to entity attachments, and yeah, it's not great. It causes bad vibes around everything. 43 when I said that, so I feel like somebody needs to hear that. So I'm hearing that generational curses are being broken at this time for a lot of people and a lot of families, a lot of situations and bloodlines. But at the same time, for as long as there are generational curses, there are chosen ones born in the family. Usually few and far between throughout the years and generations and different sides of the family. But these children, they're chosen by God because they were chosen by man and their families to be sacrificed for demonic things, to the devil, for material gains and things that don't make a lot of sense to me. But these children were born magical and protected, blessed and highly favored, to protect themselves for all of life against these things that are trying to bring them under. And in doing certain things and realizing certain things and not going down certain paths, just inevitably, without too much work, the curses in their family are broken. And the most important thing about that is the chosen one knows they're chosen, standing in their power, they're doing the work. But most importantly, they just stay alive because it seems like at every turn, somebody is trying to take a chosen one out of here. Out of here. Take out, like, at every turn, in every way, people attack the chosen ones. Entities attack the chosen ones. Just people see, like, energies will notice that a chosen one is in the atmosphere, and things start going awry just to make that chosen one feel some type of way. And that's usually a psychic attack coming from somewhere. But I was like, in thinking about that and hearing that, I saw the image of like Harry Potter, like, because, and this is a really, I hope I'm not spoiling it for nobody, and I apologize for ruining your childhood, but he even said it himself. Harry Potter had asked Dumbledore. Are we back? Did it? Are we back? Did something. But yeah, Harry Potter was, after he had grown up and stepped into his power, he was a real powerful wizard, one of the most powerful, especially for his age, and just already had a whole bunch of he had a reputation about him already because he was the boy that survived, right? Like Voldemort tried to come to get him as a child, but because of the magic that protected him, he was one of the only people that could survive a direct attack from Voldemort, which in the Harry Potter world would be like the devil. So Dumbledore, which was supposed to be like the messenger of God in a way, like the most powerful wizard of the time, and the one that took Harry Potter under his wing, finally admitted to Harry Potter, right before the last battle of Harry Potter's life. Nobody really for sure knew who was going to make it out, but Harry, was ready to lay his life down on the line in the name of stopping this evil. That was when Dumbledore told Harry Potter that, yes, you are the chosen one. Yes, you have the power. You can stop him, but the only way you can stop him is by dying, because honestly, and I apologize to let you know now, but your whole life, you were just raised to become powerful enough to be the only person that we could use to sacrifice in order to stop him, because there's a part of him in you that you had to balance out and win over inside yourself, but it's still there. So we still need you as a sacrifice. But Harry Potter survived. He went in, he did the battle, just barely made it, but in all actuality really had died. And he was reborn as, just Harry Potter of pure light and divinity and things. But what had really happened was it took for the devil, the Voldemort, the dark side, I don't know why I just heard Darth Vader, to get back to Harry and take back the energy of death that he tried to put on him in the first place. So by killing Harry, he took back that death energy, which was a part of of the soul of death, claiming a soul, because Harry Potter technically had two souls in him at that time. So when Harry Potter died, his body released the soul that Voldemort, that was Voldemort, and only Harry was left. So Harry was able, with the strength and the power within him, and the being that he was, and the energies and the support and love and blessings and higher power that was covering him, came back and woke up and did that, took out Voldemort and all of his people, because he wasn't being held back anymore by the spirit of evil and hatred and death within him. And yeah, but he was raised as like a sheep. He was the chosen one that was raised as like cattle, as a cow to be slaughtered, so Voldemort could have a steak. But it didn't work out that way, And so with that, I heard like dichotomy, which means dual sides, like positive, negative, yin yang, male, female, like balance, but it's two different sides. And I heard Einstein, because one of his laws is that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, right? So in the case of Harry was the side of light and Voldemort was the side of dark, but they were just as powerful. Well, Harry grew to be just as powerful within balancing, and growing within himself and, manifesting and evolving in things. But he was just as powerful as Voldemort just as powerful as him. They're equal but opposite energies. And the only reason that Voldemort almost always won but never won was because Voldemort had so little of a soul that he would had the spirit of malice and vengeance and evil and wanting to kill and destroy and that on him. He didn't have no problems, killing and taking Harry out. But with Harry was the side of love and wanting to be alive and trusting people and having friends and, just different, the opposite. So even though he almost always lost, he still always won because he had love and light on his side, And so that, balancing within yourself is very important. But we always have choice and free will. So, everything is a choice. And you have to make a choice at some point for everything. And at the same time, you have to accept that you're making that choice and the consequences of that choice, should they, and when they, because it's inevitable that they do, manifest. But we have free will to make any choice. And I also heard, so hidden enemies are soon going to be revealed. And that's just because everything is about to be, popping up in real life. And to remain protected, doing your thing. Because again, these are mostly probably gang stalkers, whatever. But remain humble, thankful, grateful, and purposefully driven. Appreciate yourself, give thanks to God and the higher ups, and at the same time, do what you do and do your thing, and don't even worry about these people because they're gonna dig a hole for themselves and fall in it, trying to trap you, and you mind you paying them no mind, no attention at all. So, yeah. If you are tapped into the inner ear, clairaudient, but whatever. But even if you aren't, everybody's spirit is a little open right now because the veil is thin. So you might be getting messages and synchronicities, confirmations of things, like how something beeps every time I say something that's right on time that somebody needs to hear. But you might be getting telepathic messages coming to you through media. I mean, like songs, music, TV, billboards, like ads on your phone, all of that. Synchronicities, like you'll see something, a notification will go off, like you'll be thinking of a question and the answer will just pop up. So it's important to stay aware of the environment, inside and out. Like you paying attention to what goes on inside, but also paying attention to what you hear and what you sense and how you feel. And that's just great. That's how you develop and sharpen and have, I don't know why I wrote optimal intuitive sharpness. But iron sharpens iron. So, work with people who work with you. Find your compatible energies and work together to create something and use the passion, aggression energies to build a path of like we're fighting together, but we're not fighting each other. But even using, and it's also a time for like, learning, being able to have, interactions with things, with people, with environments, and, just being open to experiences of not just yourself. So it could be like stepping out of yourself. It could be, trying to be a little more sensitive to the needs and situations of others, but it also could be fortifying yourself, building that strength inside so that you're not as open to those psychic attacks and synchronicities and telepathic communications, and being able to build that armor and that bridge that keeps you strong and safe. But it also is going to involve counterparts and cooperation, like the twin flames, the divine spouses, the karmics, unfortunately. Anybody needing to show up in your life for a lesson or a blessing, a season or a reason, and involve and requiring for you to cooperate with that, like to not go with the flow, but to be actively involved and aware and in the now. Yeah. And then finally, I had got a message about pets, fur family, animal familiars, which can represent, and I just heard this too, to add to that. With the animals in your life right now could represent spirits, like the spirit of your family, totems, like it could be a message of like, this animal means this, you should look this up type things. And spirit guides of like, this animal represents this energy or this ancestor, and follow me, I know the way, like something is around that's watching and guiding and protecting you type things. I think that's all I have. This was way longer than I expected it would be, because I was going to pull some cards to clarify if anything, anything needed to come out. And you know what, I guess I still will. Because I'm looking at the Knight of Pentacles growing into the King of Cups, growing into the Phoenix. And so we're just going to do like a quick, like 4 cards. What's actually going on in the energy spread. I probably should do some timestamps. We'll get to that. Oh. Excuse me. Dang, my throat getting a little dry. I just remembered that I even have crystals that I wanted to talk about with y'all. Like I was gonna do. So we'll still do the 4 card spread, and I guess these crystals are something to talk about afterwards. And so let me see. I'm doing 4 card spread, 6 here. I'm gonna do 5. 5 is 2. I'm gonna do 6. And 5. So just one more for extra credit. I'm probably jumping out. Alright, so the spread is ready. So for what's actually going on right now, what we need to know, what you need to know, what I can tell you, is Queen of Swords. What do we talk about? This is being mentally and verbally sharp, quick-witted with the throat chakra actions, not allowing bull contenders and crap farces to be part of your experience, nipping things in the bud and saying how it is for what it is, but at the same time, being stern and strong, but also caring and compassionate. Like, I'm not going to let you, what you're not going to do is, but what I can do for you, but you're not going to just tell me that when I know that's not true. Let me learn. Then we have the 4 of Pentacles. Like, I keep hearing this card, because it means lots of things, but I keep hearing this card as stability, building a stable house and home, and stockpiling resources, like money coming in. But at the same time, having the mindset, I heard frugal mentality, not of not being cheap, but of knowing when to spend and when to save, what to spend on, and what's a good investment. Like, so I'm hearing like with the Queen of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles, I'm really hearing like, don't tell everybody what you got going on and I heard, what's in your wallet. Don't tell nobody what's in your wallet. It's not your business. Because you might be having some things going on, or about to have some things coming in, or might have to spend some things, but at the end of the day, if nobody's adding to that and investing in you, then invest in yourself, and that's not your business. Yeah. With the 8 of Pentacles, because in investing in yourself, okay, and I'm hearing this is like a past energy, so the Queen of Swords is the past energy. Like, it was a lot of things, a lot of conversations, like situations and people that were coming to you, that were bringing you not good information, that were coming to you in a like, why are you trying to play me type of way, and in a like, oh yeah, she not as smart as she seems type of way. But in reality, you was just keeping your mouth shut, minding your business and holding your things together, because these people don't need to know what you got going on. If you got it going on and they don't, then at the end of the day, what do they do for what? What are they adding to the situation? Because the 8 of Pentacles, somebody's hard work is or has paid off. Is paying off or has paid off. And just because of that, like with these energies and things and spirit manifesting energies turning into actualizations of 3D things, somebody is about to get blessed. And somebody is about to be stressed, but like somebody already stressed, and somebody is depressed. Somebody is, so the stressed person, in releasing stress and realizing that they've done the work and continuing to do the work and not worrying about it, is about to get blessed. The person that's not getting blessed, who is depressed, that person, whether you or whoever this is, once they get these blessings, gets them, and life changes for that person, this other person is going to go from depressed to even more stressed just by seeing you get blessed. And I don't know why that, like, I will never understand that. Like, how could seeing somebody else do good make you hate them and hate yourself when all you have to do is look at what they did, apply that to your life, and if it makes sense, and if you try it and it works out, then you doing your own thing. And then everything is not for everybody. Like, everybody's not supposed to live the same life, have the same gifts and experiences. And so everybody doesn't, and then on top of that, everybody doesn't do the work. Everybody does different things and lives out their life in different ways. So of course experiences, results and effects is going to be different for everybody. But I'm really hearing somebody who doesn't want to do the work, is watching somebody else do the work, get it done, and then get their rewards from doing the work. And now the person not doing nothing is even more upset because they didn't do nothing and don't have nothing. Feeling like at this point they can't get nothing. And in stress and depression and projection is going to try to put that on the other person who's been blessed to try to guilt them into giving away their blessings. But there's a song, and I talked about this in one of my other videos. There's a song called Bless Somebody Else. And it's about, Lord, I'm asking you to bless me, because as you bless me, and drips and drops fall on my head and fill up my cup, and restore my soul, I will let my drips drop from my cup as it overfloweth into the next person's cup on their head so they can feel better and drip into their cup. But I'm not just going to pour my cup into nobody else's cup. What I'm going to do is let God bless me, and as God blesses me, I can then bless somebody else. But you're not going to take my blessings. You can't. That's not how it works. Anyway, and then the Seven of Pentacles. So, again, okay. So, this person who's about to get blessed needs to really watch their surroundings, and it's not even like a worry thing, but it's just like, know what to invest in, because there's going to be a lot of options to invest in, a lot of different ways to spend money or bless people with the gifts that you have, or, just give of yourself. And it's going to be extremely important to really, really, like, use discernment on what you invest in and what you don't. Like, who to tell about what and what to give to who, and all of that good stuff. Overall energy, we have the Three of Pentacles, so it's like, moving forward, this is the 3D, but because this is really, I'm seeing this as like spirit really working through the 3D at this time. And so somebody is moving forward. This is the propelling forward energy. Like the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit, this is the Mother, the Father, the Child. Like, this is like next step, next generational, like, I know what to do next, and it's already kind of happening. But at the same time, I'm not forcing the type of energy, right? And so with all that being said, so here are some crystals that you could probably get to help you with your manifestation and enjoyment of life, meditation and protection, or grounding. Or, just other things, crystals are great for everything. Check out my crystals playlist, spiritual work. Check out my crystals playlist in my playlist section on my channel. And thank you. So we have Smoky Quartz. And this is good for relieving depression and stress, taking away anxiety and bad feelings, and helping you to clear your mind. Yeah. I do not know. I feel like this is rose quartz, so I'm going to say it's rose quartz, but I feel like it's also pink tourmaline. And it could very well be pink tourmaline. So, tourmaline is a grounding stone, and pink stones help heal the heart chakra. So this would be a good stone, rose quartz or pink tourmaline, whichever or, are good stones to help to balance out and remove the hurt and trauma from the heart space, to more clearly engage with people through love, through the heart, and to bring in more manifestations from spirit into the heart, and then to ground them into the physical. Yep. We have chrysocolla, which is a blue stone, which represents the 5th chakra. This is a good stone for speakers, for people who have throat issues like sore throats, laryngitis, meningitis, stuff like that. It's good for tapping into and more so embodying your inner truth. And honestly, I don't know, maybe it's just me and my gifts, but when I have this stone, people cannot lie around me. I don't know. We have fluorite, the energy of spiritual awakening, good for decalcifying third eye, helping you in visualization and cleansing the pineal gland, lucid dreams, and also activation of spiritual gifts and protection of energy. Yeah, and then finally, aquamarine. There's different versions of this, but I like this one. This is like a clear quartz aquamarine. It's a blue stone, but it's also a clear stone. So the aquamarine is a great stone for expression, for individuality, for the law of attraction, and for studying. It's also good for astral travel, and like I just heard remote viewing. That's the clear crystal quartz inside of it. But this is a stone for tapping into your individual, unique, expressive self, and bringing that to the surface. So like I just seen that visualization of like millions of people all looking exactly the same. They all the color brown and gray. They all just going down this one street in the same direction. Mindless zombies, just following life, just whatever. And then this is the type of stone where with this, it helps you tap into your colors. So instead of walking down and following the path of being gray and like everybody else, you might turn pink or green or blue or yellow or red or orange or purple or white, and then you follow your own path. You're less affected by the energies of others around you. So this is also a good stone for empaths. That's all I have at the moment. So with that being said, hey, my name BeeKayy from the House of Abundance with your star player BeeKayy. And I thank you for being, if you stuck around for the video, hit the like button. I sincerely and humbly and gratefully appreciate you. I say a namaste, blessed be, blessed stay. You are wonderful. My name is BeeKayy. Watch another one. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you soon, probably and hopefully in like the next couple minutes. So another time today. And I am just grateful to be and will definitely be back. And hey, happy birthday Libras. And shoot, it's Aries full moon season for the next 2 days. It's on and popping. Don't turn up on a Tuesday just yet. Drink water, be gentle with yourself, stay safe. See you soon. Thank you.